Okay, hello. We are going to be jumping into behind the scenes of the system that I use for everything. Let me take you a little while back. About 2 years ago, I started my business and I actually started with my first course on WordPress. It was crazy. It was a nightmare. Oh my God, those days. The tech, the hassle, the coding, I hated it. I was spending way too much money on it. For the theme alone, I was spending like $297. That was back when like Course Cats was a big thing. On top of the hosting I was already paying to just host my software on WordPress in addition to everything else. So then I found Squarespace and I found Teachable, and I used to use those two together for a while. The problem was I was having to build like all my sales pages on Squarespace because that was a bit more comprehensive, and then manage my students inside of Teachable, and it was just that was a bit much as well. So then I decided to move over to, I think at the time that I moved over to using the payment software Samcart while I was still doing Teachable, because that made it a little bit cleaner and I could put in testimonials and make it more cute. Then I moved over to ClickFunnels, which was $297 a month. And I thought, like, this is going to take care of everything. And definitely I saw a lot of growth in my business while using ClickFunnels because I was able to have everything all in one, but it was clunky. I was constantly having to attach different websites and put in different pages to link here and link there. And the problem that I had, the biggest problem of all, was that if you bought multiple courses from me, you had to have multiple logins. Not okay. I knew that there had to be a simpler way out there, and people kept telling me, like, use Kajabi, use Kajabi. And I was like, I'm not using Kajabi. Like, everyone else uses it, I'm not using it. But then in July, last July, I was feeling so frustrated with all of my tech, and I was tallying up my expenses and seeing that I was spending over $600 a month just to have my systems, that I said, like, that's it. I'm trying something else. I got on a call with someone at Kajabi. They walked me through what they thought would solve all of my issues, and I moved everything over. I took the leap. It was scary. I had to narrow down to 5 products at the time. At the time, I had like 10. So that was a really scary move for me. I also had to deal with moving all of my customers. That was hard too. Some didn't want to move. So that was a challenge as well. But I'm so glad that I did this because it's made such a huge difference in my business. It's allowed me to have more flexibility, more time. Everything's all in one place. So that by far was the game changer for me. So what I'm going to be doing is diving into how I use Kajabi. If you have questions at any time, you can definitely drop them below. But I really want to make sure that you can see everything that I do to see if this would be a system that would also help you solve your problems. So here we go. All right, so this is Kajabi. This is an all-in-one platform. This is where you can host your website pages, your products, your offers, aka like how people check out through your software. You don't need a third-party system like Samcart anymore. Your video hoster, you don't need Vimeo, YouTube, any of that stuff anymore. This also has all of your marketing funnels, your email list, and your affiliate center. So I'm going to be going through those things so that you can see them. We're going to have a blast together. So this is my homepage. What's great is that I can come in and customize it at any time. Right now I'm using a theme called Premiere. There are multiple free themes. So similar to WordPress, but a lot of people pay for their WordPress theme. You can build all of this yourself really, really easily. So this right here, like if you were on Squarespace or WordPress, you would have to embed your email autoresponder, right? The cool thing is that here you put in your name and email. This goes right into Kajabi under people, which is back here somewhere. So full disclosure, I still also have my list on ActiveCampaign because I use a webinar funnel. Kajabi is improving their webinar funnel, so eventually I'll be able to move everything over, but right now I do have my email list in 2 places. This is embedded from a third-party video software service, and what's cool about this is when the little icons pop up, when you're on the live page, you can actually click on it in the video, so that's kind of cool. I love this feature where you can have your logos there right away so people can immediately qualify you. That's fantastic, really easy to customize, and you do that through here. So like we're on text and image right now, so that's a specific formatting. And then I put in a little custom content with this bar, and then I have this where people can see my free stuff right away. So if they want to take the TEDx challenge, they want to join the free mastermind, which is my Facebook group, they want to take my masterclass, it's all right here. So I love that they do it in these little offer cards because it not only looks good on desktop and laptop, but it's very mobile responsive. And that is so important for me because it's like, I don't know what the stats are, like 82% of people look at your stuff on their cell phone. So I'm able to put all this stuff in. These are GIFs here of my podcast, a little breakdown of who I am. So I can edit this at any time. And this is called an announcement bar up here. It's just very, very easy. And then here's the cool part is that you have your different pages here, and then here's the one universal login. So you don't have to remember like clickfunnels.com/Bob and all these numbers. You don't have to store that to then log in, or even create like a custom link to jump there like I used to have to do. You literally type in visibilityvixen.com, go to the upper right-hand corner, click login. So that was vital for me so that my students wouldn't have to remember a ton of stuff. Then you have something called the page builder. This is where you build all of your extra pages. So if you're not on your home website, if you're building out a challenge page or an about page or a press page or whatever, these are where they're all stored. So this is where I have my webinar pages. This is where I have all of my breakdowns for my quiz. This is where everything is hosted. So this is where you build your individual pages. The page that I just showed you is where you build out your homepage of your website, hoping that that makes sense. You can also host your blog or podcast inside of Kajabi. Makes it super easy, mobile responsive. You can integrate it with Pinterest, so that's easy too. And then you have your analytics page, so you can see what's happening, how everyone is doing with their subscribing and all that kind of stuff. Then you have products. This is where all of your products are hosted. What I'm going to show you today are two different themes because you can use this for both a course and or a membership. For a course, I'm going to show you this one, the TEDx Intensive. It's really easy to build out. As you can see, I have my little custom categories and then I have the actual pieces in here. So let's dive in. So this is where the video is. I'm in preview mode right now. I'm able to put in a little breakdown here. They can watch the video here and then they can see the next video in this segment of the course. When they're ready to move on, they can either do it right here or they can scroll all the way down here and click complete and go on to the next lesson. You can also put in your PDF or audio downloads to help people, and this is hosted through Wistia. Wistia and Kajabi are friends. So when you upload your video into Kajabi, it's using the Wistia platform, which is great because they capture it at such high quality. So you don't have to worry about like uploading it to YouTube or Vimeo and then embedding it in and doing all that nightmare. You don't have to do that anymore. So that is the course format. Really easy to go through. They can navigate it. Super, super simple, right? Just easy peasy. If you are going to do the membership formula, this actually hasn't been released to the public yet, but you would have access to it soon. I told them yesterday, like, please give me access to this because I need to show my friends exactly how they can use this to their benefit. So this is the Visibility Lounge, right? It's broken down very similar to the course, but if I show you the preview link, I haven't filled out the homepage yet because this is a new theme, but you'll see this here. I love this. They can be in their home dashboard and then they can look here to the left and figure out what do they want to go over. They don't, sorry, I got to sneeze. Woo. Okay, so they can go to the welcome, they can go to the set their vision. This is a bigger preview than I thought it would be. So that's the only possible negative, but that's okay. So you can make it look really, really cute. There's the ability for your students to interact. There's also an upcoming product. Then we have vehicle intensives, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, and that doesn't really matter to you. And hot seats, so we can look here. And this is where I put my calls in with my students. So anyway, that's the overall look of how you can make your membership look. You can, of course, have it in the course format that I just showed you like this, or you can have it where they have this bar on the left. The bar on the left is nice because they can see all of the content in a swoop. You wouldn't be able to do that here. You would have to scroll down, which isn't a big deal. Like for this, it's like 10 modules or something for the course, but for the lounge, there's a lot more content. So that might be a better fit for you. What was I saying about blah, 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 and the layout and the membership? So what I like about it is that you have flexibility. There's a ton of other different themes that you can choose from. Those are the two that I like the most. As you can see, here are my 5 products. Oh, I know I was going to tell you about the community feature. So let's say you have 4, you're on the 5 product plan like I am. Maybe you're on the higher plan. Totally fine. They have a feature coming called Community, which is where you actually host your online community inside of Kajabi. You'll see other memberships do this, like Kimberly Ann Jimenez's Business Lounge, because she has all the right extensions and plugins, and she's brilliant. So for those of us that aren't that brilliant and don't have that, and we've just been using like a Facebook group, pretty soon you're going to be able to move that Facebook group community onto Kajabi. So that's going to be really huge too, especially if you run a membership or an online course and you want to have closer access to your students. The possible problems with that I can foresee is that you don't get like a Facebook notification to make it easy. You get an email and then you have to log in. So unless they make an app easily accessible, I don't know if it would be a huge benefit, but I just wanted to let you know that that is going to be a possibility. Here is where you have your offers. This is where, like, let's go here, for example. This is where you have your different prices, what you're including. So for example, if you become a member of the Visibility Lounge, then you also get complimentary access to my Visibly Productive course. What's cool is that you can put in an upsell. You can put in a cart abandonment email, like an hour later, 6 hours later, whatever, which is really handy. You can put in an automation. So Kajabi unleashed automations 3 or 4 months ago. What it enables you to do is kind of like in your email software where you can tag like and track if someone buys or clicks or doesn't and customize emails according to that. You can do a similar thing here in automations. So let's say an offer is purchased, then you can subscribe them to an email sequence. So let's say it's the lounge, and then let's say they haven't opened an email, they haven't submitted this form, they haven't completed this assignment. You can see what I mean. You can put in all of these different really cool automations. So what I do is, for example, if someone buys the Visibility Lounge, they're given a tag, then they're subscribed to the Visibility Lounge sequence. I hold their hand for 2 or 3 weeks to get them accustomed to their purchase and get them taking action in the lounge quickly. So that's what automations can do. Then what you can do is also, if you have the affiliate tier of Kajabi, you can assign an affiliate commission so that people can sign up as your affiliate and promote your product and then get a kickback every month or a one-time, if it's just a course, of what you sell. You can send the notification to your team. That means you can get an email every time someone buys something. You can send the member to a third-party provider if you're using something like ConvertKit, MailChimp, or ActiveCampaign. And you can send them to a custom thank you page, which can also be an upsell page if you want to use it like a tripwire. I know a lot of that may not make sense to you depending on where you're at in your business. Don't worry about it. Just know that there's a lot of flexibility here. Okay, marketing. This is where you build your funnels and they make it really easy and organized. So very exciting. I'm going to show you a funnel I just finished called the TEDx Challenge. So you can see it. So they lay it out in this really handy step-by-step thing so you can understand, oh, okay, this is what it is. I'm going to have to look at that because I don't know if the TEDx course is the right email. So here we go. First form is the email capture form. Really easy to build. You set up your forms in another part of Kajabi, just so you'll know. I was confused by that in the beginning, but I'm able to just make cute little landing page, social proof, very simple. I can change whatever I want to over here, just like the sections that you saw inside of the website. Then since I am doing like a video landing page sequence for this funnel, the first video is called Opportunity, but I'm able to put in day one of my training and then put these cool little things here. I made these clickable at any time so people don't have to wait for the next email. So that was handy. Video 2, education, same kind of thing. You can embed the Facebook chat feature. I haven't seen people really use it yet, but they might in the future. I like to provide it there just in case. And then here I'm pitching my product, join the TEDx Intensive. They had a fourth video, which I don't really use, but just in case someone finds it somehow, I just put my actual TEDx talk and then a call to action. And then the offer checkout page. If you want to see what a checkout page looks like, I believe I'm using the new format that they provide. So instead of getting their address, their phone number, and all that stuff, all you need is their email address, their card number. Makes it simple. I do have a terms and conditions here because I want people to understand I am not personally affiliated with TEDx. Otherwise, it's just a little breakdown. So this is not a sales page, it's an offer checkout page. Got a little social proof in there. So that's pretty much it. Makes it super easy to create a nice little pipeline, be it downloading a checklist, be it taking a free class, whatever you want it to do. But for me, like I have the Hollywoodpreneur quiz here and all that, the Comfy on Camera challenge is here. Just makes it really, really simple and broken down. So I enjoy that. You can also have email campaigns. Like I have a TEDx course that's 11 emails over 50 days. If someone joins the course, I hold their hand. Same with the Visibility Lounge. If you want to work in your custom automations, you can do that here. So this is where you do stuff like they signed up for this, they canceled this, their payment has gone inactive, that kind of stuff. All of that you can do inside of automations. You could also make it like they get these emails when they join the challenge, and then that goes into this custom sequence if they haven't bought. However technically you want to get, you can. Use something called events, which I don't know if I have any in here. Maybe I have past events. There you go. If you're hosting a live event, you can do that inside of this software. You can set up an event and then embed that into a marketing pipeline. Pipeline is another word for funnels. So you have a lot of flexibility if you're going to be doing something live, including a webinar, which is great. Forms, what they do is they have their forms in a separate page here inside of Kajabi, and that way you've set that up one time, but you can create multiple pipelines that show that form in different ways. So here's a good example. I have my TEDx challenge form. Well, I reference that form not only in my TEDx challenge funnel, but on my homepage. Instead of having to create that same form twice, they're stored inside of the form section, and then I just click the form that I want inside of the website page that I want to use it in. So hopefully that makes sense too. Then under people, yeah, my whole list is definitely not over here. These are just my students. You can store all of your people here. And what's cool about Kajabi is that they do not say like, oh, you're only allowed to have 1,000 people. They're looking for active members of your product. So that part is really, really cool. You're not being charged by every single email address like you are with other systems. Assessments are another word for quizzes, and they have that availability as well. This is a great way to keep people accountable inside of your course or your membership. And then affiliates, we have all this here. This is how you can track who your users are, what the transactions are, your share links, all of that stuff. You can also go into your partner dashboard, which shows you all of different ways that you can promote, not only like, okay, sorry. So the one that I just showed you is like promoting your stuff. The partner dashboard is promoting Kajabi. So if you also want to use this as a recurring like income product, like for me, I have 5 active members right now. So I make about, I think it's like $70 a month off of it. Then you can make sure you select that plan because they have a really, really cool rewards as you grow the people that use your software. Something that I do differently, so sorry, I hope I don't sneeze again. Something that I do differently is that I let my my affiliates who sign up under me, they actually get a little thank you, which is being a part of my free Facebook group, which is only available to members. There we go. I wanted to make sure that it wasn't still in share mode, which is only available to members who join using my link. So that means you get access to a private Facebook group where you can tag me in a post and say, hey, Michelle, I'm really struggling with this. Hey, Michelle, how do you run this? So that's available to you as well. So that's a behind the scenes look at my system. I hope that all of that made sense. If you need me to go over anything in more detail, I'm happy to do so, but I wanted to give you enough of an arsenal in a short enough amount of time to understand the power of Kajabi and how it can be your all-in-one system. Like I said, I'm including my referral link below. I would love if you use my link so that you come into my private Facebook group that's just affiliates only to ask your different questions. But I think that if you're looking to host your course, your one-on-one coaching, your membership, any of that kind of stuff, even your blog, this is a really powerful platform that continues to grow and expand. A great example is, it used to be, because of how they set up their system, that if you were trying to go to a specific page of mine, it would be visibilityvixen.com/p/ whatever, press or TEDx or anything like that. All of us were so annoyed by that P. We started writing in and saying, like, please change this, and they're changing it. I think they're changing it tomorrow. So this is a company that grows with you and wants you to be happy. That's what made the biggest difference for me. The other thing that's really cool is they have 24-hour chat support available. That has gotten me through many sleepless nights. The other thing that's really cool is they had one technical thing happen where websites went down for like an hour. Let me tell you, from all the other systems I've used, I think Squarespace is probably pretty dependable in this area, but everything else, WordPress, Squarespace, not Squarespace, Teachable, Samcart, ClickFunnels. I've had everything crash multiple times, especially ClickFunnels. I've never had that issue with Kajabi aside from that 1 hour. So just want to let you know that this is a software I believe in. I try everything out there. So trust me, this is definitely something that I think is very, very powerful. So if you're interested in using Kajabi, feel free to use my link. In the meantime, thanks so much for being here. I'm going to get going. I got things to do today, a busy day ahead, but I wanted to be sure to set aside half an hour to walk you through my system so that you could see how you could use it for yourself. I'll see you next time.